Right. So it says live. Let me just make sure the video is coming up on the stream as well. But it looks like we're good to go. Let me just see that it's pulling up. Should be coming up here in a second. So yeah, we got it. So let's do it. So we're good to go. How are you, Rafi?
I'm good. How are you?
Also good.
Where are you calling us from today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly based in Dubai.
Yeah.
Like the other members of our team that you're familiar with, but
exactly. Exactly. Good to be here. All right.
Yeah, so we have the audio, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit delayed, but I mean, it should be fine. So I think for everyone watching, we'll do we'll do questions mostly from the Telegram, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So if anyone, I mean, we'll wait anyways a couple of minutes. We'll just chit chat until we can give a chance for everyone to join us. And basically, yes, please, if you do have questions, go into the Aya AI Hackathon group chat. Go into the topic for Bangalore, since this is the live stream for the Bangalore edition. And ask all of your questions there. Also, for all of the students, know that this will be recorded, so you can always go back to this live stream if you have any questions, or if anything, you want to be reminded of anything. So I see we have some people who joined us already. Hey, Pat McAllister. Great to have you. All right. Hey, Marvin. How's it going? Perfect. So yeah, sorry if my connection is a bit patchy. Just got to Bali yesterday night for the conference. I think everyone is aware there is Coin Fest happening at the end of August here in Bali, and then like a couple of other conferences that will follow suit with WebEx in Tokyo, and then Taipei Blockchain Week in Taiwan, and obviously Korea Blockchain Week and Token 2049 in Singapore. But yeah, when it comes down to the hackathons, so together, Aya and our lovely partner Comput3 will be with us for the whole hackathon series. So we had our first edition in Dubai during Token 2049 in Dubai, and the next one is happening in Bangalore this weekend. So on Saturday and Sunday. I mean, that's the end of the hackathon, I would say. So students from Triple IT Bangalore have been building MCPs for the past couple of weeks. And with our local partner, Actual One in Bangalore, we're going to have a first day, Saturday, where we're going to host like the demo day, essentially. And then on Sunday, we'll have more of a cool experience. It's a morning side event called Aya IRL in real life experience, where we'll get to get more familiar with all of the students, all of the builders, to go for a run together, some ice bath, breakfast, and essentially more of a chill setup to get to know everyone. But I would say the main piece of meat is on Saturday. So that will be the hackathon day, and yeah, we'll go into the program in a few minutes when we have more people join. But again, feel free to ask questions on Telegram. Let me open the chat and see here if we have some. Okay, just to make sure I get on I can monitor the questions.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of people commenting on YouTube, but I think for the record, I think it's if you're on the Telegram, I think that's going to be more relevant. It's going to get kept and answered and sort of attended to more. I think
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess Pat, Marvin, Boca, Previn, you can drop a message on Telegram in the Bangalore topic, just so we know everyone is there and everything is working fine, if you don't mind. And yeah, as soon as we have a few people dropping messages, then we'll just, I guess, kick off first with a bit of an introduction on Aya, where we're going, etc. I'll also give the floor to you, Dimitri, to tell us more about Comput3, and maybe give some information to all of the participants on how to connect their MCPs to Comput3.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. All right.
How long have you guys been doing these hackathons? I mean, has it been
So the first
last
one
year as
was,
well?
yeah, first one was actually a little while ago.
Yep.
During Token actually in Dubai. So that was back in April. So it's been for a month. Then we took a bit of a break over the summer. Obviously, like everyone is off. A lot of universities were closed as well, like towards the end. I mean,
Yep.
exams obviously happening in June and then closing down in July. And now like things are starting to come again. So yeah, now we'll have the rest of the edition. So yeah, I mean, we actually go to Bangalore next weekend, as I was saying, and after that we have multiple other cities coming up, with Tokyo after Bangalore, followed by Taipei, and the hackathon will actually be happening at Taipei Blockchain Week. So inside the conference venue, so in partnership with them. And then next to that, we'll go to Korea, probably going to be fully remote for that edition. And then Singapore and New York. We're actually looking at Jakarta. So talking to a few universities in Jakarta and Indonesia to see, if we can organize something as well with them. But that would most likely be after Token 2049, when I would then, go to Jakarta and make it happen over there as well.
Are you guys going to be a breakpoint at the end of the year? I think that's where we'll definitely be.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. I mean, also like most of the team is based. I mean, a big part of the team is based out of Dubai, so super easy
Okay.
to host things in Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we should be around, so we'll definitely catch up there as well.
Yes. Okay. Let me open Telegram.
No, I'm seeing it. We got Boca in the chat, so I mean, confirming that we're good to go. So, no questions so far, I think, but I mean, we can get started otherwise.
Please, I'm seeing some questions. Please drop the questions on Telegram, not on YouTube. That's going to be easier. Okay.
Here, let me see. I'll do this for the. I dropped the link to the Telegram on the YouTube in case people want to join there.
Perfect. Thanks. Cool. All right. So yeah, maybe Dimitri, we can kick it off just by giving a bit of a background story and like some introduction. Like if you can just tell us a bit more, about Comput3 and
Yeah.
how you guys started. Like where you are today, what's coming up. I think you've added.
Yeah, I mean, so we did the first
Mm-hmm.
hackathon with you guys at Token 2049. I mean, it was Jerome hanging out that time. So shout out to Jerome, who I think is traveling right now or just got back and is sleeping it off or whatever. Yeah. And then, yeah, so like TLDR, I mean, we're trying to build essentially like MCP and all this stuff is very important to us because we're trying to essentially build the compute layer. So essentially the GPUs, the LLMs, the AI that you need for essentially for you to be able to have AI get more computational resources. So the way that you have to think about it is, let's say you're running an agent and then the agent realizes that it has a really complex task. And so it needs more computing horsepower, essentially. So it needs to get bigger GPUs, have more powerful inferencing, better models, stuff like that. It can go to us and it can access that layer and actually boost its like computational resources, the complexity of the model and stuff like that. And so that was one of the reasons that we launched on Auto.fun, and we're very much we're very much in the ElizaOS ecosystem, and we have a lot of developers that are coming from ElizaOS and building on top of us. And so that's kind of the, I mean, where we're at. There are like we're slowly getting into. I mean, I wouldn't say slowly. Like the industry's catching up with us, I would say. But the kind of the next directions are to actually train models and to do fine tunes of models. So, for example, you could imagine that you have a very specific agent working, and I mean, let's say it's an agent that's answering like a particular type of queries. Well, you can actually go and you can either create. I mean, so you could create a special model that does those responses even better, and potentially you could get it to the point where the model doesn't have to run on gigantic GPUs. It could actually run on much smaller GPUs, or even locally on something like a you know, your smartphone or something like that. If you actually trained and fine tuned the model, so that's another big direction in like Web3 AI that's coming up right now. There was actually just last night 0x Jeff, who's like a pretty well-known KOL. He had a long tweet about this direction and how many Web3 projects are moving into it and how much training is happening. So that's like a big direction for us. Last one I'll just mention is it kind of takes for granted, but everyone's doing it. So Flock already has this live. Flock's one of the players obviously in Web3 AI. But if you're training a model, somebody has to actually check that the model works. And so there's essentially a validator component as well. So that's also something that we're working on. So I kind of think, I mean, so those are like the three areas. So the stuff that everyone's familiar with, like let me replace ChatGPT or Claude, Anthropic Claude or something like that. Then let me actually create my own model. And the last one's like, let me validate that if I did do a model training, in Web3, there's the problem of you can't trust anyone, so somebody has to go and verify the model. So that's like a underappreciated third thing, and so we're doing that as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And I mean, when it comes down to MCPs, because I believe you have different type of GPUs, right? And I think you were mentioning B200s, for example. And like what you know, like what is usually
exactly. So I mean I mentioned that because that's like the global thing. So for MCP specifically, I mean if I'm to walk it back, I mean, so like fortunately for people in the hackathon, etc. I mean the inferencing and the stuff that would be usable right now, or rather the stuff that, you know, we already have user facing and stuff like this is already good to go, and we're actually ourselves doing a pretty big upgrade this week. So I mean, we just got I mean, so they've been available like via the ways that we get them, which is, I mean, somewhat, I don't want to say somewhat proprietary, but there is like some secret sauce there as to how we get them. But we've had for 2 weeks we've had B200, so they're the latest and greatest NVIDIA GPUs. They're basically the data center 5090 generation, so they've been available, like they've existed and people have had them since roughly May. So just to give you an idea of how fresh that is, like, and usually a generation like this comes out for approximately 3.5 years until the next generation comes out. So I mean, that's like a big deal that 3 months after NVIDIA launches these, we already have them. And I mean, I'll even go as far as to say we're the only Web3 project that I've seen talking about having them. So I'm pretty sure that's the case, that we're the only ones that have them. And so they're essentially roughly 50% faster than the previous generation. So that's also a big deal. But we're running. So what we're doing right now is we're doing a major revamp of kind of our API to add MCP. So I'll get to that in just a second. But we're basically standardizing our API. So we're going to have essentially something closer to like what Anthropic and OpenAI have, just a standard OpenAI compatible API. You'll be able to do inferencing, so you'll be able to access the models that we have on there. And we're actually adding Kimi K2, which is a model that recently came out. It's an open source model. It's comparable in performance and all the tests to Claude Opus and I guess O3 or O1, one of the OpenAI ones. So it's very impressive that you can now, you know, license free open source, you can get a model that's comparable in terms of performance. And so we're adding those models again to our API, and we're sort of standardizing it to be as close to OpenAI's as possible to make it easier to write MCP applications. And that's going to include, we're going to be integrating image and video generation, which is probably the biggest thing that people actually use this for. We use open source models for image and video generation. So we use WAN and HiDream are the two most popular frameworks right now, like the models. And so we have those. We're integrating all those into our API, and we're working on also having MCP for all those, so you could connect to our MCP server, say I want to generate an image, it gives you the image back and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, that this is like, I mean, obviously we're in the same space, right? But spot on a new economy that is being built, and this is why also we're really trying to get students from like different universities around the world, like invested into building MCPs. Because I see, for example, a question here from Praveen saying, like, we are attending this hackathon. Is this open for startups? Well, obviously it is open to everyone, but in a way, creating your own MCP is creating a startup, because if you do choose something that AI agents, can really use, and that like the users of those AI agents are actually going to use, then obviously, it can really pick up, I mean, in a way, very lucrative, right? If you're doing the right thing and you're building the right tools and services for AI agents, and you plug it to Aya, obviously, but that exists for all AI agents out there. That I think that is a very powerful thing to do.
Yeah, and I would just add, like from a technical like level, I mean, at the end of the day, what most companies are doing, I mean, if you take like Travelocity or whatever, Expedia or somebody like this that's adding MCP support, I've seen, I mean, I see like every day there's a new travel agent adding MCP support.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, all they're doing is they already have a well-defined API, and they're just creating a wrapper for it, and then all of a sudden, now you have agents, you have all this crazy kind of stuff. You can have home assistants, all this. So now you can just book your ticket. So you add this little component, and all of a sudden somebody using their voice on Alexa can book a ticket with you. That's pretty massive.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think, I mean, this brings us to the question of like MCPs more in general. We had a few questions revolving around, like, what kind of MCP can I build? Right. So in the case of Aya, I think the single most important component that your MCP needs to have is a crypto payment hook, meaning that your MCP needs to allow essentially the AI agents and user through the AI agents to pay with crypto. Now, when it comes down to what kind of MCP you're building, it can obviously be a Web3. I mean, it can have a focus on Web3, or have, like as you pointed out with your example, like be completely out of Web3. So you can decide to build, for example, an MCP that would connect Solana to Aya AI, right, and then allow the AI agents to do different types of transactions, for example, like swap on Solana, or like lend or stake or borrow, and you decide to essentially create an MCP that connects Solana as a chain, but then also connects like different protocols, so that then the AI can do different type of transactions in the Solana ecosystem, as an example. So that would be a very Web3 case, and obviously in this case, right, you need to accept crypto in order to do those transactions. But now with your example, and this is something that I've shared previously in the Aya AI Hackathon channel and in the group chat, you can also branch out completely out of Web3 and build an MCP that would allow users through the AI agent in Aya, and to essentially use their crypto to pay to book a flight or to book a hotel, through Aya. So then you're going to be building an MCP that would connect to booking.com or hotels.com or Kiwi, or like whatever platform it is, to essentially like have the AI agent give the AI agent the ability through your MCP to essentially like find a flight, and then ask all of the required questions for the user to enter, and then be able to buy their plane ticket or reserve the hotel night, paying with their crypto. So again, like, we did not want to actually give any type of guidelines on what kind of MCP we're like expecting, because we want to live, like we want to let students all over the world like really be creative, because this is how we believe that the best ideas come out. Otherwise, if we were asking computer science or AI students to build I don't know, an MCP to connect different chains in their ecosystem, then you would end up with 50% building an MCP to connect Ethereum, for example, and the other 50% Solana, and then we would end up with everyone creating the exact same thing. Whereas again, giving freedom to everyone to build whatever they think would be useful is for us, I think, a better way to see what everyone is coming up with. And then again, I think it is super important to remember that if you build an MCP that will solve a problem and give a new ability to those AI agents, then you will first of all access obviously the user base of Aya once the wallet is live, and essentially you don't have to worry about the distribution, but you just have to worry about, okay, well, what kind of tools and services do I want to bring to Aya, so that the users of Aya can then access that through the AI. And I see here GMGM Anon. Another question from no ONR. What is Aya and how does its crypto mobile wallet work? So essentially, Aya is, think of it as a mobile super app. So it's going to be on your Android or iPhone, and you have a crypto wallet in the mobile app, but you can do other things. I'm not going to get into details on the rest of the mobile super app, but in short, you're going to be able to trade. Like we're going to have perps, like for example, integration of GMX, Hyperliquid, meme coin trading, etc., etc. Now, the focus of the hackathon is essentially the fact that you have a non-custodial wallet built into the Aya mobile app, and that you have an LLM built into it. So essentially, the LLM will allow the users to chat with the AI to do all sorts of transactions and pay with their crypto wallets. So this is like where we want the focus of the hackathon to be, is building the MCPs for the built-in LLM of Aya and allow everyone to essentially spend their crypto right to do these transactions. The whole idea also behind integrating the AI this way is that, for once, if you're an expert user in Web3, like you're well versed in DeFi, etc., and sometimes you want to do something on the go, or you're traveling but you want to lend, you want to borrow, it can be a bit cumbersome to use the browser and like connect the wallet and then try to do things on your mobile. Whereas if you're just chatting with the AI and tell the AI exactly what you want, again, if someone built the MCP that allow you to do it, then it becomes very easy, because all transactions and everything is actually built in the chat. You never have to leave the chat to do everything from A to Z. Now, if you're not well versed with Web3 and crypto in general, well then like the AI will also help you in the fact that, let's say you see a certain meme coin on Solana, but you have your USDT on Ethereum and you have no idea how to bridge, you have no idea how to swap. Well, then you can just tell the AI like, hey, buy $200 of this token, and then it will essentially understand what you're trying to do, understand that the token is on another chain, create the transaction for you, and you can just swipe right to execute it. Again, for this to be able to happen, we need everyone to be building MCPs, so those tools and services that will allow our AI to understand any type of request from the users and to be able to then do it. And obviously, like we want students from CS and AI students and builders, not just students, to be in the center of this new economy and to be able to tap into the Aya user base. So let me see, because I think we have other questions.
I think I'll just add from our viewpoint. I mean, obviously, if you build the MCP, if you build an MCP like this, I mean, it's going to be used by other things as well. And so, I mean, MCP, I think for us is most exciting. I mean, where we have a focus on sort of this ecosystem is MCP is going to be the way that you're going to have, if you're truly running, AI independent of everything else. It's going to be using crypto for payments, because that's the easiest mechanism. It's not going to be doing fiat credit card transactions. It's not going to be able to open up a bank account or anything like this. So you could have a true independent agent running using MCP, using a wallet like you described, and actually, interacting and using MCP calls, paying in crypto to do things online completely independently of a human, so to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good point. I see a few more questions. So I just joined today. Can anyone tell me what I have to do? Well, very easy. If you are in the Telegram channel and the Telegram group chat, you would see that there is a link to the Luma. So the events. So the 2 days, right? The hackathon demo day and the AI experience are both on Luma. And if not, I'll just I'll ask you to join our Telegram channel and group chat so that you can have access to everything. But essentially, start building your MCP. Get connected with Comput3. Obviously, again, since Comput3 is our partner, the everyone participating gets some free compute to test
Yeah,
their
so I mean,
MCP.
maybe I can say really quickly what we're offering everyone. So basically, I mean, so we do have for us it's easiest that you get. I mean, so we have a mechanism where you have to send like less than 1 cent in Solana, and it's just to filter bots creating accounts on our thing. So just like be aware, you'll have to send less than 1 cent of Solana to get 60 free minutes. That activates your account. Afterwards, either in the hackathon chat or ask Rafiq. I mean, you forwarded all the people to me last time, I believe. We'll give you for the students participating in the hackathon, we'll give you 100 free hours to play around with GPUs on our. I mean, like per team essentially. We just need the wallet address, and we'll give you 100 hours to play around with. And then once you have that, we have a couple things. So it just like as a baseline, we actually run a llama with an OpenAI API. So if you just need free inferencing, you can use our free inferencing API with that account. So you can essentially plug it in to whatever you're using, agent or what have you. So for example, I mean, we've shown just last week we did a live stream with Eliza showing all the ways, which we should probably link, by the way. That's actually going to be like a good rundown of the things that you can do with us. We basically showed all the ways that you can use compute with an agent like Eliza OS. But the thing is, the URL is so standard. This should work with any application. It works with coding agents. I mean, with all this stuff, you can just plug it in and it works because it's so standardized. So the other thing that you can do is you can actually launch a GPU. And so when you launch a GPU, you get access to different models. So for example, we don't offer an API around DeepSeek, but we host the DeepSeek model. So if you start a GPU on compute, you can use DeepSeek or Qwen3, and then you'll essentially get access to more like powerful models than the ones that you get access to, quote unquote, for free. And there's like coding models as well. Like we added Quencoder 3, which is, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like how much the coding models have been improving. I mean, that's one of the things that we're also working on, hopefully releasing this week, is to have the most powerful coding models now accessible. But yeah, I mean, all that stuff you can do with us. So if you need any sort of LLM or anything, you don't have to run it locally. You can run it with us. I mean, we already host it for projects like this, and so you'll get access to it for free as long as you connect basically your Phantom wallet to launch.compute.ai, and then you should be good to go. So we'll put the links. I mean, you sent it. I remember you had me review the message, so that's already somewhere in one of the chats, basically.
Exactly. So it's always going to be in the channel, and then like in the group chat, also do send it in the right topic. So in the chat for Bangalore, people can access that information.
Yeah, I even see it right now. It's all there. The steps that you have to take, and even the ENV settings. So I mean, it's all documented. Yeah.
Yeah. Wanted to make sure I send all the details so nobody's lost. So essentially, if you're joining us even today, just make sure that you get into the channel, the group chat, build your MCP, and obviously sign up on the Luma events, right? Because again, I'm just going to repeat it on August 9th. So on Saturday, we'll have demo days. So, I'll be flying to Bangalore on Friday, and then I'll meet everyone there at Triple IT Bangalore on Saturday. And we'll have, those who want to pitch their MCPs, and while like the pizza is going on, like the codes will be reviewed and tested by the Aya team, by the Comput3 team as well, and shared with our other partners. Like Aesir, like Actual One will be there as a local host, and Hedera as well. And yeah, I mean the idea is essentially like keep building. I will be sending an update probably tomorrow or Thursday with a form for everybody to then be submitting their work, their MCPs by Friday. So Friday will be the cutoff date for you to submit your work, to submit your MCP. Tell us about like what you've built, like who is in your team, and share some like basic information on who you are. And if you want to pitch yes or no during the demo day on Saturday, just for us to get organized and like to put everyone in the order. And yeah, other than that, I think there's two very important things. One is for the rewards, obviously. So as it was shared on the channel and in the group chat, there's going to be 3 winners that will be chosen, and those 3 winners can get prizes from Aya. Obviously, like we will review the codes, and for those who created MCP that we can use with Aya, we'll choose the top 3, and then they will win a prize. And then when it comes down to Comput3, they will give also prizes to the top 3 with free GPU hours, again, to run your MCP, right? That's Comput3. And then we have Hedera, who joined us recently. And yeah, in their case, it's very simple. You have to integrate, obviously, Hedera and its ecosystem, and make it work. And we will, again, for those who did that, make sure that you mention it. And again, it's all going to be in the form for you to, like choose, like what kind of submissions you're doing to be eligible for the prize from Hedera. The price of ICE here, in this case, is for bigger compute need. They have a different setup, right? So they will be reviewing the code on their own as well, and then giving their feedback, and choosing the winner. Again, just remember that Bangalore is not the end of the hackathon series. This is going to be happening until pretty much the end of the year, with multiple locations. And of course, like we do have, we do focus on the students of like partner universities when we go to a location, but nothing stops you from like remotely then sending or submitting your MCP to the next hackathon if you want to. I'll just go.
Yeah, there is a couple. I don't know if you pulled it up. I sent you the questions that are on YouTube right now. So first of all, I mean, for people on YouTube, we did paste the Telegram group if you want to join it. So that link should work to get into the Telegram group. But then there was a couple of questions. So yeah, so the first one you answered, but then there was what's the team size for participation was one of the questions.
So yeah, I mean, you can participate solo or in team. There is no team size. Like if you want to be 3, 5, 6, or 10, that's up to you. Obviously, that means that you will divide the prize or keep the prize as like I guess financing for continuing the work on the MCP. So really, that is completely up to you. We have no requirements or no conditions when it comes down to the team size. And
then
yeah,
Marvin asked if we'll be the partner for upcoming hackathons or just Bangalore. So I mean, I think we're gonna keep this going. No.
Yes,
exactly.
You'll see Comput3. Yeah, will be everywhere. As I said, like Bangalore is the next stop. Then we'll have Tokyo happening actually during WebEx, the conference, and then the next edition will be in Taipei at Taipei Blockchain Week. And yes, we can confirm that Comput3 will be with us. Supporting not only the students throughout the hackathon, but also giving a reward to the winners. I think, did we answer all of the questions?
I mean, those are the YouTube questions. I'm just trying to check in places where you wouldn't look. I'm also checking on X if there was anything in the thread.
Yeah, I'm checking the chat now. Yes, so yeah, again, I'll send information either tomorrow or Thursday, but yes, for Friday, so August 8th, you will have that's the deadline to submit your MCPs with all of the information in the form that I will share on the Aya AI Hackathon channel and obviously the group chats. And please, of course, if you're submitting your MCP and you are willing to essentially pitch during the demo day on Saturday, you can already start preparing your pitch deck, or MVP if you want to show something on the screen. So we'll have a screen that will allow everyone to to either show some slides or actually do a live demo of their MCP. Just keep in mind we have 200 participants to this hackathon, so there might be a lot of teams, and a lot of you who want to actually present. So we will have to limit the time for the pitches to probably 2 or 3 minutes. So just keep that in mind. 2 3 minutes. You're gonna have to be very efficient, very clear, not get lost into too many slides and so on, and make sure that you have everything set up properly to be able to essentially pitch your idea in 2 to 3 minutes. All of the code will be reviewed, like from Friday 8, as soon as you start submitting, all the way until the demo day, and then we'll listen to the pitches, and then we'll give the final winners list. All right, I don't see any more questions.
I didn't see any other questions either.
So yeah, maybe what I can do is share my screen just to show a few.
Oh crap!
Yeah, if you can.
We lost you. Yeah, wait. We're click the wrong one. There we go.
All right, let me know when we can see my screen.
No, it's up. It's up.
There you go. All right. So as I was explaining, first things first, please do make sure that you have signed up to the Aya AI Hackathon and Demo Day at IT Bangalore on Luma. This is very important so that you can come to. First of all, it's super important because you have all of the information here, right, and all of the useful links, and like what the hackathon is about. But you also get information about Saturday, like when you're supposed to arrive, and what is going to happen throughout the day. So super important. Please do sign up to the event on Luma because you will need the QR code to check in at the door. That's the first thing. On Sunday, we'll then have the Aya in real life experience. This is again, more of a chill event to get to to see everyone in a different setup. We'll go for a run, followed by an ice plunge, and then a quick fireside chat where super happy to speak with everyone, know more about you, know more about your MCP, and connect you then to the right people in the space. Because again, the goal of those hackathon is not only for you to build MCPs, but to then connect you with other projects, with our partners, with VCs, etc., etc. So please, same thing here. Make sure that you find this page, and again, it's everywhere on our Telegram and Twitter and so on, to be able to come to the second day. There is also a website for the hackathon where you can find information about the reward pool, our partners, and the different editions happening around the world. That's hackathon.aya.cash. And obviously we have our Twitter account, X account, so x.com/the Aya wallet. To get more information on Comput3, simply go on x.com/Comput3AI, and you will have all of the information here as well. And you can contact Comput3 again, like in the Telegram group for the hackathon. And for more information, obviously you have access to Comput3.ai, where you have all of the information on how to connect your MCP and have access to the documentation as well. So I think we can come back to the screen, and I'm just going to do a last check on all of the chats and YouTube. And if there are no more questions,
YouTube looks good. No more questions on YouTube.
Hey Yassine, marhaba. Okay, so the session was recorded. We'll share it with everyone, and I hope this was useful. And again, if you have more questions, just feel free to tag us in the Telegram group. So Aya AI Hackathon in the Bangalore topic. You can find me under @Rafiq Falal and @Nedos if you have questions for Comput3. And I think that's pretty much it. Is there something you want to add,
No, I
Dimitri.
mean it's awesome. I'm glad. I mean, I think you guys picked an awesome topic for. I mean, especially for a university hackathon. I think like the scope is perfect for university students, and it's super useful because it's a technology that came out, very recently within the past year, and yeah, I mean, like the students I know. I mean, so I used to, maybe I'll add it here. I mean, I did a PhD in Germany, and then I was, I would do the lectures as well. So I mean, I know how it is with students, and literally right now, students from a university have as much experience with this as anyone else on the topic. That's how new of a technology this is, and so it's like a unique opportunity for them to get their hands dirty and be on the same level as everyone else.
Yeah, precisely. So great. But then, I mean, thanks again for everyone who joined us, for all of the questions. Thanks a lot to you, Dimitri and Comput3, for your support and for being on this live together. Also, I want to thank obviously our other partners, Acer, Shard, Hedera, Eliza OS, and the Actual One for helping us prepare everything in Bangalore, and also, of course, Triple IT for participating with their students to this hackathon. And yeah, thank you. And for everyone in Bangalore, I will see you on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, thanks for having us.
Thanks. Bye
See you
bye.
then.